Hello everyone, my name is Professor Raj Shekhawat and I just completed Module 5 of Oxford Executive Leadership Program. And this specific module was an absolute highlighter for me because it was really engaging and it was really important for me to learn and cement some of those existing lessons in leadership. So starting with my top 5 learnings of this specific module, Module 5, 5 learnings. So the first one for me is psychological safety and trust. I think it's extremely important to create that environment of psychological safety and trust within teams, because without that psychological safety, you can't really dig deeper and create innovative solutions of anything. So for me, psychological safety is where every member of the team feels absolutely comfortable voicing their opinion, sharing their viewpoints without being this feeling of being judged or without worrying about what could be the potential negative consequences of it. So as long as we can create that beautiful culture where we all can chip in our viewpoints and have a robust discussion around things without being feel judged, is what psychological safety is for me. And I think trust plays a huge role in that process. So lesson number 2 for me from this module was about inclusion and diversity. I think far too many people use terms like inclusion and diversity, and we have a lot of token inclusion and a lot of token diversity. But I think for me personally, what I reflected and learned from this module is intentionally, purposefully trying to get people from different viewpoints and diverse backgrounds on the team and utilizing that difference as strength rather than being challenged all the time. By the way, that's not a bad thing either. So I think it's really important to ensure as a leader to work on inclusion and diversity of the existing team and harness the benefits of that diversity in the process. Lesson number 3, I think, which I absolutely loved. Thank you, Steve, for that reminder that leaders need to be visible and vulnerable. Now, I think this is a big one. I know far too many people, they want to sort of hide themselves in their ivory tower, fancy offices, and they're not really visible that often. And I think visibility could be physical visibility, digital presence. It is important. People need to see you. At the same time, adding that extra layer of authenticity in our communication and being not afraid of showing vulnerability. I think people sometimes think that that's a weakness. But I think based on my life experiences so far, I think the leaders who have demonstrated their vulnerability to me, I have had massive amount of respect, and that has taken our relationship to a different level as well. You feel an instant deep connect with them. So I think I'll always remember this, to be visible and not being afraid to be vulnerable. The fourth one, the important one, is about feedback loop. So remember, it's not feedback, it's feedback loop. So it has to be a constant cyclic process. If I want to improve myself, I need to allow my team member to be open and to be giving me feedback. And it should not be just one-off. It's something which needs to be taken on board and worked around and hopefully see some progress and changes in processes as a result of that. So I think feedback loop was a very important reminder. And finally, the very important part is what can we start, stop, and continue. I think I absolutely love this process. When we are getting feedback from people, I think it's important. And also when we are reflecting, what is it that I'm not doing which I should start doing now? What is it which I'm doing which I should stop doing right now? And what is it which is going well and I should probably continue? So it's a very simple, very, very simple statement: start, stop, and continue. But it gives a very beautiful framework to reflect and to get a feedback as well. So I'm really grateful to the Oxford Executive Leadership team for all these beautiful reminders, so that as and when you go through things in life, you can always connect with them. Now, literally after this video, I'm going to have my very first proper session with my research admin team. And the purpose of that session, for that 1 hour is actually to set the tone right, to create that environment of psychological safety, at least lay few foundations. And also, I'll try my best to be as visible and as vulnerable with them, and also create some ground rules regarding feedback loop and start, stop, and continue process. So I will very soon be trying to practice all this in my next meeting and see how that progress. So once again, thank you to the entire team, and can't wait for module number 6. Thank you.